I'm Nick DiBerardino. I'm the composer of Oracle. I was born in New Jersey, and we very quickly moved to Buffalo, where my dad's family is from. When I was growing up, the piano was my sort of way of getting into music. I studied piano from when I was probably 7. So very quickly for me, practicing piano became playing around on the piano. And that's really where I started writing music. I didn't have a background listening to classical music or anything like that. I just liked to make stuff up. One thing that it turned out to be really good for me is that I had no idea that I didn't know what I was doing for a long time. By the time I got to high school, I just thought maybe it would be fun to try to write an orchestra piece. And that's a crazy thing to do, I understand now. But I didn't know that. And luckily, people didn't tell me that I didn't know what I was doing. And that was a big turning point for me. And that got me hooked. And that's one of the reasons I think I'm here today. When I was in high school, I wasn't a music nerd. I was actually a linebacker. I played football for a decade. I went to Princeton for college, and I actually decided that I would not major in music. I didn't know what I would major in, but I told myself I wouldn't major in music. I would do something serious and get a real job. I realized at a certain point that there was nothing I loved in the world more than music. So I said, oh, well, I guess I'll major in music just for fun. Then I really became a music nerd. I got really into crazy theory ideas and the geometry of musical spaces, and that sort of carried on with me. When I was a senior in college, I applied to the Rhodes Scholarship, and that's a program where you apply to study at Oxford. After Oxford, I moved back to the States. I went to Yale for a master's, had a great couple years, wrote my first orchestra piece. After Yale, I went to Curtis for a post-baccalaureate diploma. And Curtis was a place where I learned how to lean into my own artistic practice. At Curtis, I learned how to be a professional artist in the sense of having a consistent practice, figuring out what that looked like for me, not just, how do I fit this into my daily schedule, but also, how do I write? What's the process? When I was younger, I thought that composing was about inspiration. I've learned now that the business of being a professional artist, I think it's not just for music, it's any kind of art, is really about having a routine. It's about making a space in your life and finding the ways that you can prepare yourself to receive inspiration.